The ThunderCats are on the loose in Eternia as Mattel reveals official images of the highly anticipated crossover figures. Let's take a deep dive into the picks and discuss this week's toy news right now on Toy Habits Live.
And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching Toy Habits Live. How's it going, Michael? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too. I love to see you rocking out as that intro is playing now that you can hear it. It's so much fun.
Oh my God, it only took like a year and a half for me to be able to hear our intro.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, great. It's such a catchy song. Your brother's amazingly talented.
You know what? He did it. It's so funny. He just sent it to me and it was a one take kind of thing. And, you know, I think he sent me like a 20-second version. And I was like, could you just make it half that length? And that's the length he came up with. And I was like, wow.
That's amazing. It's amazing because it like gets you all like, you know, jazzed up, like ready to go. So, yes. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who gets jazzed up. All of you guys out there in the chat are probably raring to go too and super excited because what is it? It's Friday. It's Toy Habits time.
Yes.
So let's check in with the chat, see who is here. We have an awesome topic today. And then lots of toy news. So it seems like toy news tends to break like closer to the end of the week. So we're going to go over a lot of stuff, but we have an amazing show today. So we got Joe Rizzo 30 here. We got Carnage 717, awesome crew member. Good to see you, Carnage. We got Alex Valdez joining us. We got crew member Ryan Cole here for 22 months. Congratulations for being a member for 22 months. It's amazing. And Ryan also followed up with 5 Toy Habits memberships. So 5 of you in the chat are going to get randomly selected. If you're not a member, you're going to get selected if you get lucky enough to be picked, and 5 of you will get memberships for a month. Ryan, thank you so much. Like, Ryan's amazing. So you're awesome, dude. We appreciate it. We got crew member Brennan Barnes joining us. Brennan's been here since the very beginning as well. Thank you, Brennan. Crew member Joe Coleman. It's Toy Habits time, people. Joe's one of the OGs as well. Good to see you. Amazing crew member. And don't forget, for all of you junkies and addicts out there, after this stream, we're having an after party. So make sure to tune in, take a look at our community page, and there's a link for the after party there. So we're going to see you in the after show for a private live stream. We got Steve M in the house. We got Frankie Rivera, another amazing Toy Habits crew member, one of our originals. We got Thomas Beyond Count Sarah here. Another crew member, Neil Hunter Hyde, is also joining us. Again, one of our original crew members. Neil's been around for a long time. Thanks for your support. We got John Guzman here. We got crew member Stephen Komarak, also a longtime member. We got Jedi Ben, another one of our crew members. We got Dave Schnelly here. We got Larry's Geeky World also joining us. We have one of our very first crew members as well, Baroness of Toys, big friend of the channel. Good to see you, Baroness, and also my sis, which I probably think you guys already figured out. So hello, sis. It is Toy Habits time. We got on our U83. We got crew member Robert Allison Dreaming joining us again. Robert's been around since the very beginning too. Good to see you. We got Toy Monkey Customs joining us as well. We got Kevin Florence. Timbo from Limbo is here. We got Will with 1L. Joe Coleman is gifting amazing 5 Toy Habits memberships. Wow. Thank you, Joe. You are an amazing crew member. And I want to give a special shout out and a happy birthday to Joe. It was his birthday yesterday, I believe. So happy birthday, Joe. Good to see you in the chat. And thanks for the Toy Habits memberships. So 5 more of you are going to get selected. So a total so far of 10 people in the chat will be randomly selected to get 1 month of Toy Habits memberships for free. So nice of you both. I think I already said hi to Stephen M. We got crew member D Griff joining us. Happy Toy Friday. Crew member Katie's Toys is here as well. Smash that like button, you all. We got My Buddies Customs joining us. We have crew member Lucky Cantrell 13 also joining us. We have crew member Rodimus Toy Collector, which is awesome. We got crew member Giraffe is here, and it is the year of Chitara. You're right, Giraffe. Very, very cool. Both spotted animals, if I want to point that out. We got Harva Wood instead joining us. We got Juron Panic here, Black Phoenix 77, a crew member Mint with Card. Darren W is here. We got crew member, the one and only Rob 2023, another one of our original crew members. Say hi to Mom Dorothy out there. Hope she is doing well. We got friend of the channel, Toy Hunters Hollow. We have Joe Fan 84. Love that call sign that you got there. And I think I got everybody. So and we'll say hi to some more people as they jump on. We got Todd Bratchford as well. Good to see you, Todd. Why don't we go ahead and say hi to the ever-growing crew and then jump in the news, Michael?
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, Joe Fan 84 he also tunes into the G.I. Joe comic live stream. One of the few in the crowd that tune into that. So thank you, thank you for that.
Aw, kids. It's a hard one, right? You guys do that on Mondays?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe people just don't have their juices flowing yet on the Monday.
Fun. It's a nice small group, so it's really fun.
That's great. That's great.
But yes, want to say hello to the crew. Thank you so much for the support. And like the Toy Sorceress said, we are actually going to be jumping on an after party with the addicts and
junkies.
Addicts and junkies. Thank you. I don't want to mess that one up. So
that's okay.
We're going to be continuing our discussion of the MOTU Cats, ThunderCats, Munder Man Cats, whatever you want to call this line. And we also have an exclusive update on the Mattel Creations drag store figure that will be breaking after the after party. And we're going to be dropping the news on our website tomorrow. So be sure to head over to toyhabits.com for that scoop tomorrow. So if you don't know, I
was just going to point out another advantage to being either a junkie or addict member. You get exclusive news early and you get to join on fun things like after parties.
Yes. So they're going to be getting the news early, and the rest of the world can get it tomorrow when they wake up.
Yeah.
And
but you can always upgrade your membership if you want to by going to our YouTube page.
And then we also have some breaking Masterverse news that we're going to be dropping this week. So stay tuned for that. That's all I'm going to say about that. You always know where to get the news when it drops on toyhabits.com, and that will be where it drops. Don't know when, but sometime this week. So
it will be coming. So keep an eye out on our website.
Yes. Speaking of which, out of the blue, the ThunderCats MOTU crossovers official images just dropped, and that was awesome. I could not wait to see what these figures look like.
They look amazing, and I am just like, kind of blown away at Mattel's thoughtfulness of ThunderCats fans and both MOTU fans, because they took the time to create with the 3 ThunderCats characters, both with the accessories that they come with, the ability to give them their classic look, and then also to have them in the cool kind of like MOTU world. So I thought that was like really awesome that they listened to the fans, because so many people said like, oh, I wish that they wouldn't like crossoverize them. I want classic ThunderCats. And other people were like, well, it'd be cool to get like a kind of MOTUized ThunderCat with like the other accessories. So they're giving us the best of both worlds. And we're going to dive into the details right now.
Yes. Yeah. I was so excited about that aspect of it, because I've always wanted, these figures in 5.5-inch form. Jury's out on Skeletor, whether he's going to be huge or not, but he looks like a chunky figure.
I think they're going to do a good job at him. I mean, if you take a look at any of the figures that they made for the Turtles of Grayskull line, they were able to get kind of like that bigger stature on them. And once we start looking at these in further detail, we're going to see that they're pretty much mostly new bucks. They're, like, especially like with Lino, they didn't just like reuse a He-Man buck and then just throw, Lino like parts and stuff on them. He stands lankier, he stands taller. And the reason I keep throwing this cute little guy on the screen is for reference, because not only is he excited about the news, we know, the classic LJN Thundercats stood a little bit lankier and taller. They were not. They were not the, short, beefy, bulky type of 5.5-inch scale figures. And, Funko did a cool job of this, but this is kind of their Savage World. And he's got that, other stature. They did a really great job of creating more of this, normal, like Thundercat lankier look, but still kind of beefing him up with that 5.5 Origins scale, right? Because you can tell he's a little leaner. He's
Yeah.
not as like big and bulky as like He-Man is.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really excited to see that you kind of get the 2-in-1 aspect on the figures. And I love the lankier look. I was thrilled when these came out because Lion-O would just look so weird as like a super bulky, muscular, like, thighs that are as big as, like the 24-inch python thighs, right?
Yep. Or the other, I can't reach the other one, but the one that Super Summer just came out with. I think they did an awesome job here. And, just kind of running through the accessories, you can tell obviously the chest armor and the shoulder armor can be removed, but you get his classic looking belt, right? Over there. So you can take the loincloth off if you want to. And I'm sure he's got his little blue shorts underneath. And then it looks like his wrist bracer probably can come off too very easily. And not only that, if you don't want the furry boots, the furry like He-Man like boots, you can change out the boot pieces for his classic looking boot tops.
Yes.
So all of that gives you a classic looking Lion-O in the 5.5-inch origin scale.
Yeah. I love that they're putting in like swappable, what is it? Like shin boots, or the top of the boots. They did some of that with the WWE Universe figure. So like they couldn't fit Andre the Giant in one package, and so they took his they basically took his legs off at the calf, and that's how they fit him in the box. But I'm really happy to see that they're doing some really creative things, and they're actually making some new parts for these figures. And it's funny because the belt, I love the belt and the loincloth. That kind of reminds me of the Masterverse line. It's kind of a little homage to that. And the belts are a little bit different than the Masterverse line, but the loincloths are very similar.
Absolutely. They did a really good job at that because it's a separate molded piece, like that clips onto him. It does have that more Masterverse look to it because it's like it's not part of it, doesn't wrap around like his shorts, right? He's got shorts underneath it. So I think that was a really successful way to do it. And I have loaded up the high res zoomed in pictures of all of their faces. So, oh, you do too? Okay, we can look at that in a little bit. So the next question I was going to ask you is what you think of his face sculpt. And we can
I really like his face sculpt. I like that he kind of has a neutral look on his face because he could either go, I didn't want like a happy Lion-O or like a very like mad Lion-O.
Yeah.
I think this is a good.
Do you have the larger photo? If not, I've got it.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Great.
I do. I like the way his eyes are painted. He might be a little heavy on the eyeshadow, but it's all good.
I mean, this is a prototype, so hopefully they tweak that down a little bit. I think he looks really great. I love all the detail in his mane because they've got all his like little hair sculpted in there. The only question I had was like what the 3 little dots on his forehead were. Like that was just the only kind of like odd addition.
Chickenpox.
Like does he have like freckles or it seemed a little bit out of place. But the head sculpt looks good. I mean, do you think the proportion is a little thin, or should his face be like slightly wider?
I think the proportion of his face goes along with his body. I mean, it could be it could look a little bit wider, and maybe they'll make an update to that just based on the prototype. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it could benefit from being like a little bit wider. Just kind of proportion that looks a little thin compared to like his mane and everything. But he looks really cool, and I love that they nailed like the orange color. Yes. They did really good on his skin tone. He's not too like toasty looking, and then he's not like super pale. So I'm glad that he's orange in some sense. that he's not Peach. So like the last couple Super 7 releases that he was Peach kind of bothered me. Like that's not Lionel's color. So he looks really cool, and I'm totally all in on this. And it's amazing. Could you imagine an origin scale Thunder Tank? Like I would just freaking like fall over. Like that would be so cool.
That would be amazing. Yeah, you could also imagine what is it, Masterverse Flying Fist He-Man. He also had some, you know, some some lion,
shoulder pauldron.
Yeah, lion shoulder pauldrons. You can kind of swap them out and give him a little bit different look too.
Yeah, and that would actually be really cool because they're like gold color. So that would look really nice on him. And I love the chest armor with the giant like cat logo on it.
Yes.
The ThunderCats logo. It looks so good.
Yeah, they look really, really good.
And
King Lion-O channel.
The
only thing the new Lion-O figure is missing is a small version of Sword of Omens, but he still looks cool. Yeah. They're not going to throw every accessory in here, and I bet they'll probably make a short Sword of Omens at some point.
Oh yeah, he'll get variants. He does come with his claw shield, which is awesome.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's probably just an interchangeable hand. Maybe you pop his hand off and it pops in through the peg. Most likely, it's hard to tell from here. It doesn't look like it fits over it because it's not that large. But then what you will notice with both Lion-O and Cheetara is they come with an extra set of hair. So it means that the head stays on there. And on Cheetara's, you'll be able to see kind of the little like keyed in piece that goes on the back of the head. So then you can see the line around Lion-O's face where like his hair kind of, his coif sits there. So.
Yes. Yeah, I'm glad they got
interesting, right? Rather than like changing the heads out, like you'll just be changing their mane.
Yeah, they're taking some cues from the WWE Superstars line. Andre had changeable hair. I think another one did. So I'm glad that they're doing that.
That's really cool. Yeah. King Lion-O channel. I see Snarf and Orko 2-pack coming Sunday with the small Sword of Omens. Yeah, that would be awesome. And Snarf can hold it in his teeth. There you go.
All right. All right.
I mean, what does the chat think about this? I'd love to hear people's thoughts. Are they excited about this figure or this line? Are they all in? Are they not buying it? Like I tried to read comments on social media and they were kind of like 50-50. You know, they were all over the map.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted, but I'm looking up at my vintage Castle Grayskull and Skeletor is about to fall through the trapdoor. He's like hanging on for dear life.
Oh,
I don't know how that happened. So anyway, let's look at Cheetara.
Yes, yeah, she looks awesome. I love her armor. Like her armor looks amazing. It's a little dark, and I hope that's a prototype. Because I love the detail in it too.
Yeah, it looks really good. It looks kind of like a, what do you call, like a bustier? Like it's her body. I love that you can remove it. I probably won't display her with it on. I don't know about you, but
yeah, I might display these just as ThunderCats.
Yeah, me too. I really like them. Looks like the chat's like really excited about the figures. Black Phoenix. I'm excited about it, especially Thunder Battle Cat.
Yes.
Awesome. Do they call him Battle Cat Man or Thunder Battle Cat?
Battle Cat Man.
That's what I thought. Didn't we get like the name was something else beforehand, and then they probably changed it. I hope to get Cat's Lair and the Thunder Tank. Jedi Ben looks great, but being very selective on toy lines this year. So
truth.
I mean, it's been pretty. And you know what they did was they have three ThunderCat figures and like one MOTU character, right? So I think Wave 2 is going to be the same in terms of the release.
Yeah, but Cheetara looks really, really good. She is appropriate with her spots on her, unlike Lion-O.
Yeah. I'm like, if I get when I get him, I'll probably just take some alcohol and rub his freckles off his forehead. Man,
so I would never ever do that to an actor.
I know you wouldn't, but it's just paint. It'll come right off.
I know.
Um,
This would never occur to me, and I would be like, I can't. It's so sacred. I just can't do it.
no, I would definitely take those spots off. It's because that's the only thing bothering me. I keep looking at it. What do you think of Chitara's hair? That's like she's like rocking the '80s look.
She is totally rocking the '80s look. I think they could have given her more style and due.
Mhm.
But you know, if you could, like, she could actually like swap hair with Lion-O. It's
Yeah.
like gonna
Oh, could you
continue to look
imagine?
like
That'd be
Lion-O.
hilarious. Let's go ahead and take a close-up look at her face a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. So
She's a
there you can
beauty.
see the detail, right? Like
Yeah,
in her hair sculpt.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love the spots in her hair, and she
Mhm.
has the Ultimate Warrior war paint going on, which is awesome. Uh,
That looks good.
yeah,
Yeah.
and again, that ThunderCat symbol.
Ah, it looks great. I don't know about the color they chose for her bustier thing or whatever.
Yeah,
It's a little dark. Maybe something like like an orange color or like a darker orange color would be kind of cool. Right? Like I don't know if that blue was like the right selection for it, but it's still a cool design.
giraffe. They need a swappable beehive hairdo, and then she'd be perfect. I love it. Um, yeah, she looks straight out of an '80s rock video, totally. But she looks great, and I think you also pointed out, like, underneath, she has her normal
Mhm.
ThunderCats garb on, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they did a really good job. So you can take the bustier thingy off, which has that little loincloth connected to it, and then we'll take a look at her amazing accessories that make her interchangeable to be standard Chitara.
Yes. Yeah, very cool stuff. So for her, they included her short staff, or her, yeah,
Mhm.
her short little whatever javelin or staff that
Yeah,
she has, which is great. What is this piece that's
I
beside?
don't. Okay, so I was about to ask you the same thing. My thought is that it's something to clip to her wrist so she can hold on to that short stuff. Because
Oh, okay.
typically she has that thing tucked on
Oh,
to
you're
her wrist,
right. You're
right?
absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. That,
so they didn't have a way to do that on the figure, so it's like clipping it on, which is I think is a really good move. And then
yes.
of course you have her interchangeable. It's a holster, yeah.
Yes,
Um,
Brian is
uh,
absolutely correct. Yeah, it's funny. Like when I'm
Mhm.
like now that I'm looking at these, I was like, "What the heck is that?" Like I couldn't visualize it, but now I can.
Yeah, yeah, and then with the other, I guess the one with the crown or whatever it is on it, you can see the keyed-in piece in the back where it would connect
Yeah,
onto her head.
so her hair could stick on.
Yeah,
It's got
exactly.
a little symbol on her
Mhm.
crown too, and I don't know what that is. I was expecting it to be like another ThunderCat symbol, but
Uh,
is it an eye?
it's probably the eye, kind of. I mean, I think they're trying to do like the Eye of Thundera, but it didn't quite come out that.
Translate.
Yeah, it looks kind of odd. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
hopefully that's something that they'll change. But something that I think the audience can't see, and that's only because I'm looking at it on my larger um, screen here, and maybe you'll be able to see it if you zoom in. But her stick, both her short stick and her long stick have like a texture
Yes.
added
Let me.
into it. There you go.
Yeah.
So can
So.
you see that,
Mhm.
everybody? Yeah. So it's got some actual like little texture on there. I don't know if it's supposed to look like wood or what, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks really neat. Yeah, because they could have just gone with a straight, just cast plastic piece that was super
Mhm.
smooth, and they didn't have to put any detail in it. So they're doing some things to this line already that are going to
Yeah.
be really good and indicative of things that they
Hmm.
might do really well in the future with some waves after this.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. But it's awesome, that it's Chitara, Mumm-Ra, and Lino on this first wave, and then of course we got Battle Cat.
Oh, we have Alex coming in. She has the sixth sense. That's what the third eye is on her headpiece.
Nice.
Okay.
Very, very informative, Alex.
Very cool. Any idea when these will go up for pre-order? Um,
April.
yes, they are. So they're due in April. Pre-orders, I'm not
Oh,
sure when they'll go up, but I think if
good
if
point.
there's been figure drops in April, we could probably use history,
March.
and just see when yeah, when other figure lines have dropped that are dropping in April, go for pre-order.
Yeah.
So
But I was thinking because they're on the big shebang to be released in late April.
shebang.
Shebang, the whole shebang, not the big shebang. Because that's in Europe. It depends. Sometimes they get stuff earlier than we do, depending on like where it's shipping from. So I'm thinking either it'll go in like March or April here and then be released like a month or so later. Because sometimes we typically get stuff a little later than like the UK market, like depending on what direction they ship it in.
Yes.
So we'll see. I wasn't saying that definitively. I just remembered April from the whole shebang date.
Yes.
In terms of release. So we'll see.
I like when they put those dates because then we can get an idea of like around when these will be coming. So
yeah, but most likely it makes sense at least for like the big reveal. It'll be like in March, right? Like they typically do.
Yes, the really big reveal. Yeah, so we're hoping to get all of the early information out too before March as well. So we're sitting on a few things that will be coming out soon.
Absolutely. The big to move from limbo, the big shebang theory.
Oh,
That's
yes,
what was in my head.
I know, right?
I never watched that show, but that's
oh my gosh, it's so funny.
No, I haven't. But that's what's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Oh my god, hilarious.
Randall, huge friend of the channel. Thank you so much for keeping us on our toes with all of the DC stuff. We really appreciate it. Do you think if this line goes on that Mattel will release a Thunder Tank or Cat's Lair or other potential play sets and vehicles?
Could you imagine a MOTU scaled Cat's Lair? Like a cat grayscale scaled Cat's Lair?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'd buy it and then I'd have 3. I'm like, I don't freaking care.
I know, right? Just build up.
It's the big one and then the MOTU sized one.
Build up. I don't know. I mean, if like the Turtles of Grayskull seemingly is doing very well, and we have 0 play sets and vehicles for that line. It's just action figures. So
I know it's fun to dream, but like they've been teasing the slime pit or the ooze pit for like forever, but we still don't have it.
Yeah, Alex Castle, great cat. There we go. That'd be cool. Oh my gosh, look who slipped in here. It is friend of the channel, Danny Phillips. What is up, my friend? He is in the UK. I don't even know what time it is over there. Hopefully it's early enough that you're tuning in, but happy to see you, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, let's you want to move on to Battle Cat Man?
Let's take a look at him.
Battle Cat Man, super chunky, huge figure. I want to go back to a comment that Steve made. Got to say, Battle Cat Man's arms are jacked compared to the others shown off. Yes, he is massive and for good reason.
So this one here, if you take a look at him, reminds me more of the like typical Origins Buck, right? Kind of the more chunkier. So you can see that they probably reused that, which is really cool. And he actually has toes, which is crazy. Like he doesn't have like freaking like boot feet or whatever that like most of like the beasts and stuff have. He has actual toes, which is amazing.
I love it. I love it. I'm sorry. I have to plus in Gady's Toys comment. It said he and I hooked up at Furry. I'm sorry. If you know what furries are, yes, I'm gonna leave it at that. But Gady's Toys, you brought me so much joy with that comment.
That's hilarious. Imagine Castle Plunder. That would be awesome. My gosh.
But yeah, he looks, I mean, he looks awesome. Again, like he's got more of a you know, his face is it's not neutral. It looks a little mad.
He's pissed off. Let's get real. He's like, freaking, I'm wearing armor. I'm not a cat. Where's He-Man at? Why do I look like this? He looks pissed off. And what he's gonna do is he's gonna use Skytree as a cat scratcher to get.
Oh my gosh. Well, Giraffe would love that because he's been waiting for a Skytree.
Absolutely. So now he needs a scratching post. There you go.
That's awesome. What is up, Lone Dragon? Good to see you in the chat. Oh yeah, so Steve says, reminds us this line is based on the comic story they did in 2016. That is where Battle Cat Man comes from. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, which brings up Will's comment right here. I wonder if there'll be another He-Man and ThunderCats comic book by DC or Dark Horse. Well, I mean, they did do the Turtles of Grayskull with He-Man and TMNT with the Turtles. And, you know, ThunderCats does have a new comic book line out. So, you know, I wouldn't put it past them. That'd be a great opportunity, actually.
Oh, totally would. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did these clip onto his hands? Or what are these?
They are claws.
Other claw, yeah.
You'd have to take off his wrist bracers that he has on to use those, because I don't see how they'd go on top of him unless, I mean, because he's got those spikes on his, you know, unless, well, there's not even room, unless they're kind of like the terror claws and he holds it like sideways and they'll fit like not in the way of his gauntlets. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like how Skeletor holds his terror claw, but like he holds it with like his hands inside and it looks like they're on top, but he's holding it this way, even though the claw comes out like that. Yeah. So it could be one of two ways. There are obviously claws that go over his hands. Whether they go on with his gauntlets on his arms or not, I don't know.
Yeah. They could. So Joe thinks they might go on a slip on his feet. That's another interesting theory. Like just like a shoe.
Maybe.
That'd be an interesting look.
It's kind of like clown feet, though, like clown shoes. Like they're so big, right?
Yeah. A lot of the chat saying for his feet. So that's it's everyone's guess is as good as ours because this is all we got.
I mean, we're all just stabbing in the dark here, but it could go on his feet, maybe.
Yeah, but thank you for clarifying what those things are, because I was like, well, I don't really know what those are.
Like claws, like, you know, they'll go on his hands or feet somehow. I just don't know exactly.
Or like Giraffe says, they can go on his ears to keep him warm.
He's got earmuffs. And so the helmet on his head, does that look like it's molded on, or do you think it's removable?
Good question. Let's take a look at those closer up images. I really hope it's removable. Like,
what do you all think in the chat? Do you think it's removable?
Like my buddy's custom. Watch their alternate shoulders for the claw.
I don't know. I mean, his shoulder pads look good. Like they're not gonna like slide right off like Man-at-Arms ones usually do.
No. Yeah, hopefully they've fixed that part. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it would be weird if everything was removable except his helmet.
Yeah. That'd be kind of lame if it wasn't, because I know we all got kind of annoyed that you couldn't remove the helmet off like the first version of Donatello.
Yeah.
With the Turtles line. It was just like fixed on his head. And there's a little bit of like daylight kind of in between. Right? So
yeah, I think the chat thinks that it will be removable, which is nice.
Yeah.
So we'll get a cool looking cringer finger. That stands up and looks pissed.
That's awesome.
Yes.
He looks a little derpy than fierce.
I don't know. I don't think he looks super derpy. I think if he had like that snaggle tooth, he'd probably look a little more derpier, but I thought they did good.
Yeah. I think it looks cool. What would have been really cool is if he had an articulated jaw.
SDCC exclusive. Just kidding.
Missed opportunity there.
No, right?
That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome. Yeah, cool figure. I'm trying to see if he has the same armor as Lion. No, he does not have the same armor as Lion-O, just the same similar shape. So that's good. I'm glad that they're not reusing parts early in the line.
Yeah, even his belt is it's different. His belt's different because Lion-O's has 2 dots on either side of the center one, and his only has 1. So and it's sculpted. His furry loincloth is different too. He's got like more fur on the loincloth part than Lion-O does. He needs more to cover his junk because it's bigger.
Kitty junk.
We got big and junk. There's more material there.
Covers kitty nuts.
His kitty nuts are bigger.
Kitty nuts need to drop. But sorry, I digress. This looks like a big figure too.
Yeah, he looks really big.
Maybe along the lines of the height of the mutated Ram Man from the Turtles line. That would be neat. I would love different scales of these figures like they did with the Turtles.
Yeah, and you can tell he just kind of looks. He's got a bigger presence.
Yes.
And speaking of bigger presence, man, when you get to Mumm-Ra, like this guy's jacked and he has really big arms, like super long too.
Yeah.
This figure is amazing.
It is. Which one do you want to take a look at first? Do you want to do the Mumm-Ra version or the Skeletor version?
Let's look at the Mumm-Ra version. I'm like OG all the way. Great.
Oh my god. When I saw this literally blew my mind. I was like, what a cool freaking idea to do for a deluxe figure. They both have blue skin, so that works. Like, how did that work out?
Oh, I know. Well, just coincidence.
Right.
Skeletor and Mumm-Ra both have blue skin. But how amazing is it that they gave him both, sets his little, I guess, skirt piece and then his mummy wraps and shin pieces so you can make them into regular Mumm-Ra and then a two-sided cape. I don't know about the winged design on his cape. Or rather have it be one flowing piece.
Yeah.
But what do you think on that part?
Yeah, I would like a flowing cape because it kind of looks like bat wings or something like that.
Yeah, that's the only little criticism I had on this. Yeah. And if you're listening, there's still time to redesign the cape.
Yes, big question. Will they be articulated?
That would be nice.
He'll have ports in the back of his butt.
Yeah. I think maybe if you want to do his little like where he's like holding his arms out type thing to like thing, but that it's still really one big flowing cape. I'm only thinking that because I'm looking at my Dream Master Mumm-Ra there where he's got his arms flowing to the side, but and look how big his chest is. It's huge.
Massive. Yeah. Massive. I would love to see proportions of this figure be like like the Turtle Deluxe figures. Like I want this to be massive.
I think they are. I'm this is like Slacker size. Like he's huge.
Yes.
Definitely.
Look who has slipped in here. Member for 1 month. It's Chad. Thank you so much for the support. Yo Habit. Yes. What is up, my friend? I'm actually going to be on It's Chad's channel this weekend on Sunday. So I'm looking very forward to that, catching up and talking, as he likes to say, dollies. So I love it. Awesome. Thank you. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. And if you have not subscribed to It's Chad's YouTube channel, he has amazing G.I. Joe and other content. So,
yeah.
Very cool dude.
So cool. So cool. Wanted to give a shout out also to Allison Troy for being a member for 22 months. We need Toy Catra in this line. That would be amazing. So congratulations, Allison. I can't believe it's been 22 months. Time flies. But anyway, going back to this figure, he looks amazing. When this first came out, I had only initially seen the first image of him without the backwards cape, and for like the first 20 minutes or so, and I was like, oh, okay, that's really cool, and it looks like he has parts to swap out. But then afterward, we got this other image, and it was like, oh my god, like he looks awesome. It's like real Mumm-Ra.
Yes, very cool what they're doing with the faceplate swap instead of a head sculpt, which is great. So
yeah, did you notice like, with the faceplate swap, but so they didn't really quite do none of them have like actual head swaps. It's like pieces, which is really smart, so you can leave the actual head in. And then it looks like his hooded part is all kind of one piece with the little horns.
Yeah, I like that integration of the Havoc staff, which is neat. Always got to have some version of the Havoc staff. His waist piece looks very, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that is awesome. You got the Havoc Stuff ram horns on his belt. And then, of course, he comes with his double-sided sword of plunder, which is awesome. And it would have been cool. It's hard to tell, but I don't think it is. The Skeletor face does not have an articulated jaw, but that would have been a really good opportunity for one, right? It's like there's a little line, but it's just kind of like the molded line. When we can take a look actually at the close-ups of these. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. They did such a good job. I love the different colors on his headdress. And I mean, if I got this as a kid, like I'd be so happy.
Yeah. I mean, it's so awesome. And this is considered a deluxe figure, right? Because it's at a like $29.99 price point.
Yep.
But well worth it with all the added extra accessories and the bigger size. But one thing I'm gonna say is, how cool is the box gonna be for this sucker if it's a deluxe figure and it's gonna be in the larger
it's gonna be amazing.
box. Like I haven't even I'm gonna be mind blown when I start seeing the artwork on these. Yeah. That's where they're gonna get people, because they're gonna want to buy two. They're gonna be like, oh, I want Mumm-Ra, in both ways. So that was brilliant. Yes. So that you can display it both ways, and then the box is gonna be incredible for this one.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see what Roy and team have in store for the artwork for this, because it's going to be insane. There's so much you can do with it, with bringing in the ThunderCats lore, MOTU lore, and mashing them together. Oh my god,
I know, and it's funny because I know Axel's a big ThunderCats fan, and so he's probably gonna have a blast, along with the other artists and the team, and Fetch and all of them drawing up the artwork for these, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, this is gonna be nuts. Speaking of nuts, here is the alternate version of Mumm-Ra, so you can piece them together. And I guess trying to think where they're putting, are there ports in their back or are there ports in their armor for their wings? Because I guess you have to have something to clip the wings onto the figure because they're colors.
So I'm gonna guess that it's in his back, because when he is in his Mumm-Ra form, there's no armor to speak of, unless his mummy wrap. See how it's hard to see. If you go back to the other picture, see his mummy wrap in the back looks like it comes down a little bit. It might be right in there, like in the back, his it's kind of his upper back portion. Can you see that under his head? There's the thicker white. Yeah. So I think it might be there. That could be where it is, and it's hard to tell. But I don't know if I see kind of two little holes. If you go and point to that, onto the back of his mummy wrap section. Yeah, up on the upper part. Yeah.
Oh, up here?
right there.
Oh,
right
got
there.
it. Okay, yeah.
So it kind of looks like how it wraps on the back side, and then if you look at the other view, it's harder to see because his chest armor is in the way, but it does look like it kind of comes down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I don't think they would make only two figures with holes in their backs. So it's got to be armor.
Yeah, that'd be the smarter way to do it. And plus, you don't want to jeopardize the buck like that, right?
Giraffe is bringing up the elephant in the room. These better not be Walmart exclusives.
I know. I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to think about it.
I don't either.
If this is a Target exclusive, I'd be super happy. But
yeah,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Much easier to deal with. But Skeletor looks great. Timbo from Limbo says he's going to call him Scum-Ra, which is awesome. I love it.
I wanted to share this side by side real quick because I just think this is a really cool comparison, where you can see both of them when we did the blow up on these. So just to take a look at the amazing job that they did with getting two completely different looks on this figure by changing just the faceplate and his armor. Love the ram horns on here. That's really cool. And then Skeletor's face is just amazing. But that would have been such an awesome opportunity to have an articulated jaw right here, right? You can kind of see those lines, but
and actually I'm coming around to thinking that these are they're little tiny head sculpts versus faceplates, just looking at the way that Skeletor's armor was designed. Like if it was a little faceplate, there's nothing to grab a hold of his head.
That's
So
that's
I think the
true.
shots of these things make it look like
Their
their head
heads,
on, right? Yeah, so they look like a faceplate, but I think they're just little
their
tiny things.
actual head. You're right. They're an actual head.
Yeah.
And speaking of heads, he has little skulls on his little arm, his
Oh my
shoulder.
gosh, that's awesome.
Shoulder right here too, that you can see.
That's so cool. Nuno Biz has a question. Think the ram horns come off. Interesting.
Well, I mean, they're probably like glued on. You can see that they're a separate piece that's attached, like a separate colored yellow piece of plastic.
Pull them off.
I know, right? And then similar with these, I don't know that they're probably like a separate piece that's like clipped in, or like glued into there because it's kind of like a purple plastic color. But how great is like Mumm-Ra's face sculpt? Like you can even see like the little lines around his eyes and stuff. It's like indicative of his character, right? And then like his little teeth and stuff. He looks great.
I love it. And if you think about it, these are just the prototype shots.
Nice.
Like think of the actual like production figures of what these are going to look like.
Yeah. They'll be much better.
Yeah. So I mean these look amazing as they are. Like
it can only go up from here.
Yeah. So cool.
So cool. Like they hit it out of the park. Like we were all trying to figure out what these are going to be like, but I think they met like everyone's expectations.
Yes. Yeah, I think they exceeded mine because I really didn't have high hopes that these would look as good as they do, and I'm super impressed.
Yeah, I'm just like really excited. They got like Chitara's proportions look really good, and then Lion-O's proportions look great. Like this is one that like they absolutely nailed. So he doesn't look all buffed up. He is absolutely the right shape. Like this is Lion-O is like more like this. He's not like a buffed out figure, and they did a really good job of that.
Oh, they did great. Yeah, it makes me so excited to see the figures that come out in Wave 2 and beyond. So, geez.
Which is awesome. I cannot wait. And I'm absolutely gonna, I don't know, I might just buy 2 and like probably display them both ways. I have several spots I can put Lion-O in. So
yeah, that's true. You have so many.
I know. 2 Cat Slayers. I got 2 Thunder Tanks, and plenty of MOTU stuff. So I'm sure I'm gonna buy 2 of these just because I'm gonna want to keep one on card too. I might need 3. God.
I know. Yeah.
My wallet.
I know, right? Wallet's gonna be hurting for certain in 2025.
And the artwork on this, just like the card back, like imagining what an incredible card back this is going to have. And hopefully an illustration of Lion-O and like He-Man on the front. And then like Mumra and Skeletor on the bad guys one. Yeah, that's going to be so cool.
That's going to be awesome. Totally awesome.
Totally awesome. All right. So with that, we can switch over to go over some other news that broke today. We got hit with some cool pre-orders this morning. I don't know if you had something keyed up, but I can pull this up. Okay.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So this morning, surprise to us, we knew that these guys were coming in Wave 10. We had published an article on the leak list on these, and then we saw sort of like blurry images from New York Comic-Con, on the projector screen. But Wave 10 hit this morning for DC Superpowers, and it's got Flash and Robin and Lobo and the Atom. But what nobody got to see was these 2 additional figures that were displayed at New York Comic-Con, which was Unmasked Batman and the Return of Superman, or Superman Returns. And those actually, if you didn't know, so these all went up for pre-order and they started selling out super fast. They went out, BBTS sold out right away. Entertainment started selling out, and they may still have some of the multi-packs left. And then even McFarlane's website sold out. We found the links for Amazon, so I think you can still get them there. But if you went and saw the multi-pack set on Entertainment Earth, it was actually a 6-pack. for $59.99, so $10 each. And if you read very carefully on there, it has a Return of Superman and it has Batman Unmasked. So the two chase figures that were not shown here are included in that box, which is awesome.
That's great.
So if you wanted those, I think you can still get them from Entertainment Earth. I'll check and see if they're still there. We do have the link for them. They're still in stock, so you can get that set. I think the rest of them are probably sold out right now. But if we take a look at this, yeah, see, these are selling out.
Wow.
Logo's gone,
That's
Robin's
crazy.
gone. They still have these two, but I think they're all sold out on BBTS already. But I mean, you know, it's a really cool set. So they sold out already on McFarlane. They were on sale for $33.96 for 4 of them, which was a great deal.
Wow.
But they sold out. Yeah. Yeah. So Adam looks really good. This is kind of like your standard superpowers buck. But they did a really nice job. He's got his classic outfit on. And then we have the Flash, Jay Garrick, kind of like that old school, sort of like 1950s version of him. And he's got the little metal helmet with the wings on the side. So that's a cool looking version of Flash, like really old school.
Oh,
really
wow, that is cool, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like way like early comic age. And then Lobo, he's a really cool character. Like I like him because he's like this big chunky dude, right?
Yeah.
Like he's gonna kick some arse. Like
oh my god, he's huge. He like comes up over the Superpowers logo.
Yeah, and he has a soft goods vest on.
Well, damn.
How cool is that?
That's pretty cool. I really like this figure. I might just get one.
Yeah, you need to get one of those before he sells out. He's awesome. See, he's wearing a soft goods vest. He's really, really cool. And then here's the kind of like a more really like classic looking Robin from the early comic book days. So nice look for Robin there. And I'm trying to see if I forget if the original Robin that we have has like colored tights, and this one's kind of with his more classic outfit with, you know, just wearing like his little shoes and his little short shorts. So that's kind of cool. And then Batman Unmasked is one of the face figures. Yeah. So this one's like kind of the classic blue and gray detective Batman without his head, without his mask, I mean, so you can see Bruce Wayne's face. And then this is Superman in this black outfit from the Return of Superman. Both of these are a chase figure, and he's got kind of that silver Superman logo. And then you can get those through this EE 6-pack. And I think they're exclusive to EE because they were not on McFarlane's website and they were not on Amazon. And I didn't see them on on BBTS. So if you want to get those extra 2 figures, you can get them. Go ahead and use our link. This really helps out through our post here, but you can still get them on Entertainment Earth. So
sweet.
It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. What other news did you want to talk about? I know we talked about so ThunderCats Wave 12 went up for pre-order yesterday. I know the price ticked up on a lot of these. Like Super was $65 because he comes with Mule. Like, come on. Like, a lot. And then this one obviously was also $65 because he's chunkier. The only one that was less was Nadia. She was like $55. So I was like, ouch. These guys went up for pre-order, right? People started getting on Target.
They've been going in and out of stock all week, and it's been so hard to pin down when they're in stock and when they're not. So I was up at like 4:30 in the morning today, and I just happened to put the page open, and it was like, oh, it's in stock. Great, I can order it, and it actually shipped. So it's not like you don't have to wait a long time. So it has a release date, I think, of January 29th, and so I think you'll probably see these in stores, in Target stores.
Target, it's pretty easy to find like these 2-packs and stuff at Target. So I think people are gonna be able to get those. And then we have courtesy of Mr. Home Arcade, a very cool Catra and Leech in-hand images. So you did an awesome job at those.
Yes. And then I came across some Roboto official images. I think, where did I find those? Oh, Amazon uploaded them, so I just
nice.
Threw them on the site. If these photos don't make you want to get Roboto, like, he looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, he looks really awesome. I love the multicolored gears in his chest finally. So that one's really, really cool. And then here's all the links where you can buy them. So that is awesome. Love that.
Yes. And then you had something, didn't you have something that you put out right after our stream, right? So Nuno Biz, does Toy Habits track the retro TMNT releases? Yes, we do.
Yes, right here. Oh, actually, we do. And speaking of, what I finally got around to is making a. So we'll get around to this eventually, so everything's kind of keyed in here properly. But we now have a TMNT drop menu at the top of the website, so you can easily find your TMNT articles. And also, you can always click on this little magnifying glass and do a search for anything you want. But there is a drop-down menu for TMNT. So if you just click on TMNT, all the TMNT articles are on here, or drop down for news and reviews. But the news that we leaked last Friday, and I think this was going around the internet, so a bunch of people had this already, but there were images of the new, like, remastered Rocksteady and Shredder. Those look really, really good. Love that. And then there's this kind of Last Ronin version of Ralph, which is awesome. And then they're going to release a wave of, like the TMNT classic Toy Biz, and like the military wave. So here we have Lieutenant Leo, which is really cool, this guy over here. And then Green Beret Ralph, which is down below. And we have Delta Team Don, which is this guy, and Navy SEAL Mike. So these were all original releases from like 91 and 92. And you can see what they look like on their card here. They're really cool card backs. Hopefully they like recreate these because they're awesome looking. And they're going to be probably like in a 4-pack if we're lucky. And hopefully they just start showing up in stores. But these are very cool variants.
Yeah, those are neat. Yeah, I am collecting these figures because I didn't collect them as a kid or as an adult until now. So
they're neat. What do you think of this set?
I think it's cool. Like I like military figures, and so it's like it's a mishmash that aligns with my the things that I like. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Which one's your favorite out of the 4?
Let's see. I like let's see, the one, my screen's really tiny. The one on the bottom, left.
This one over here, the Navy SEAL Mike.
Yes, I like that one.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that one's really
cool. What about
you? I think my favorite is the Ralph and Green Beret, or Green Teen Beret. I actually have the vintage figure of him, which he was mint, but his leg cracked off, and there's no way to fix these because there's a plastic peg, and so I had to put a little rubber band in there, and the figure is like absolutely clean and perfect. But it was probably brittle because it's 30 years old or whatever, and it just snapped. So I'll be happy to replace him with a brand new one. Plus, I don't have any of the accessories for that guy. So I love I love like the bright green camo outfit on him and his little green beret. So he looks really awesome.
And it looks like he's like the sergeant, the stalker of G.I. Joe.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, because he looks like Stalker. So
I like
that one's really, really cool. Yeah. So those are pretty neat, and looking forward to those. And then these remastered figures look awesome. Finally, we have a Shredder that's like not, like hunched over.
So, that's really cool.
He looks animated. I actually do like his painted in eyes. Some people are like saying, "Oh, I don't know about that," but he looks very cartoony. Right? Do you like that?
I do. Yeah, I do like that. Yeah. What scale are these figures?
They're 5.5 inch.
Okay.
They're just like the like the other TMNT remastered classic ones that kind of have like the Origins articulation. Same line.
Oh,
but it's like Shredder and Rocksteady for that line.
Oh, nice.
It was the one where the turtles had like that texture on their skin.
Yes. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I remember now.
And I mean, like Rocksteady looks great. He has textured skin, but that's not what the Rhino is supposed to look like. This one, which Last Ronin, I'm not like a big fan of Last Ronin, but this turtle has no texture on his skin. He's smooth like he's supposed to be. So maybe there's hope that they redo the first 4.
Oh, that'd be nice. Smooth like a baby's behind.
Exactly. Like that's how he should look. I don't know. The other turtles had like acne or something.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. They have a bunch of bumps on them. Brian says, "Love the
yeah.
remastered last year. The Mutant Mayhem articulation and the scale is great for them. That's awesome."
Yep. Absolutely. So those look really, really cool. And trying to see if we had anything else. We already broke the news about Scorpio last week, and I think
Yep.
that takes us to what we had. So, unless we have anything else, we're gonna have a private after party live stream for our junkies and addicts right after this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have something special to share,
Ooh.
and you do too. So why don't we do a little show and tell, and then we can
A little
we'll sign off.
sharesies.
And then
Okay.
yeah, you go first.
Okay. Let's see. Did I? Nope, I didn't do that one right. Okay, now
I have to be in the interpreter's bubble. Just kidding. I have no idea how to do that.
That's okay.
I wish I did, because then I can help any of the hearing impaired.
I know, it's so funny. It's
Yeah, I mean that's what it reminds me of. I don't know
like
how to find.
So let's see. I got a shipment from Entertainment Earth yesterday, and I got these really cute missing link transformers.
Oh,
So
cute! They're so tiny.
They're so small. The box is so cute. I wish I had brought down Optimus Prime, but I think, just as a comparison, it's really cute and tiny. It has this little tech spec on the back.
Aww.
And so yeah, this is Bumblebee. I love the little box. They came on like blister cards in early days, so those are fun. And then Cliff Jumper came as well. So
cute.
Same box size as Bumblebee, and same style of and size of figure. But the missing link line is turning out to be really, really neat. So I'm super excited.
Are you gonna like open those, but then keep? I mean, you can technically take the toy out and then keep the box closed, which is the beauty of that.
Yes, yeah. So I will take them out. I haven't taken out Optimus yet, so I'm not really sure what to do with him yet, because he was pretty crazy. Like,
that's a bummer. That's a bummer. I had two things to show. Well, one thing was Dial Tone came, so that one's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
To open him up, he's got mustachio here. And then the other thing that came is in a big box, and I haven't unwrapped it yet, but I think I'm going to play a fun game. So here's a big box of parts. I'm going to hold one part up, and I'm going to see if people can guess what is in this box. So if you know anything about vintage toys, I'll give you a hint. It is vintage. I'm going to play a game with the chat. Let's guess and see. This is a part to something that's in this box. Now, do you all know what is in this box?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box? And then I'll unwrap one piece while we are looking at a couple guesses. You can go ahead and show the chat comments, and I will
when they show up. We got Neil with the Fright Zone. We got Will with the Fright Zone is just pouring in right now. We got Ninio Biz Fright Zone, Skyfall Fright Zone, Larry's Geeky World Fright Zone, Honor 83 Fright Zone, Black Phoenix Fright Zone, Baroness of Toys MOTU Fright Zone, Joshua Robbins Fright Zone.
Yeah, our audience, our chat here is very well trained. I mean, they're on top of it. So as soon as I release a little bit of this bubble wrap, because I definitely don't want to crack anything.
We got the Texas Toy Addict with a snarfy comment. The Cat's Lair Super 7.
That came last week. Texas Toy Addict. Apparently you're behind
Fright Zone, Toy Monkeys, Customs, Vintage. Vintage Fright Zone, yes, because there is no Origins Fright Zone.
I wish there were. Could you imagine if that's what I was opening and I'd break the news to everybody? Like everyone's heads would explode?
That would be nuts. That would be
nuts. And it's absolutely not that. But guess what, everybody? And the rest is all wrapped in plastic. It absolutely is a vintage Fright Zone. So you guys are all right. Yeah, with no broken tree parts, which is awesome. So I got to put this thing together, and all the little birds are on there too. So good job, you guys are on top of it. That's amazing. Yes. Oh, and then I don't know where the The snake is in here somewhere, or the puppet. I don't know where he is. He has a little bit of rips on, but he's actually in pretty good shape according to the photos I saw. So we'll find out. But you know what? Maybe we'll have some more fun during the after party, and I can unwrap more of the Fright Zone, and you guys can enjoy seeing pieces of it. So
there you go.
All right. If we don't have anything else,
we do not.
Okay, so all of you junkies and addicts, you want to join us in the after party right after this? There's a link on the community page to access this private live stream. So go ahead and click on that link. We'll see you there in like 2 or 3 minutes, so we can take a bio break.
Sweet.
You ready?
All right. This was fun, y'all, and we will see you all next week.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.